Now today our topic is switchgear and protection. Now the basically it is the outline of our today's presentation. Number one is necessity of protection system. Next one is function of protective system. Then power system faults, reason of fault occurrence in electrical power system, and the last one is essential qualities of protection system. Now today with the help of these important points for the electrical switchgear we can cover. Now first we can see the necessity of protection system. Now as we know that our prime objective of electrical engineer is to maintain the continuity of the electrical power supply. We have also known the all our electrical power generation plants are interconnected and form the grid. Grid is also interconnected. If we see from the generation side, transmission side, distribution side, all the three networks are interconnected to maintain the continuity of the power supply. Suppose if the fault occurs from the generation side, it may be occur in transmission side, or it also occurs in distribution side. To protect all these different sectors, we have to use the different protection systems, protective switchgears, to isolate the faulty sections from the healthy section. It is very essential to provide the protection system for each and every electrical network, circuit, sub-circuit, so we can easily isolate the faulty sections from the healthy sections and identify and rectify the electrical faults. So as a part of an electrical engineer, we have to maintain the continuity of power supply by providing the protection system to that. Now second thing, what is the basic functions of protective system? That is, the first function is the quick operation, second one is the complete reliability, discriminations. These are the basic three parameters which having the basic functions of protective systems. Now first we can see the quick operation. To minimize the damage to the faulty part, switchgear must operate as quick as possible after the occurrence of the faults. Next one is, if the fault current is allowed to pass for more time, then there will be considerable damage to the generator, transformer and other equipment which are in the circuit up to the fault location. Now here we can see that इसमें हम समझ सकते हैं कि to minimize the damage to the faulty part, switchgear must operate as quick as possible after the occurrence of fault. Fault होने के बाद में जितने जल्द से जल्द आपका प्रोटेक्टिव switchgear ऑपरेट होगा तो डेफिनेटली आपके जो भी वर्किंग इक्विपमेंट्स है, आपके जो मेजर सिस्टम्स है, तो आप उसे इजीली प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते. अगर ये फॉल्ट करंट आपके सिस्टम में ज़्यादा रहा तो डेफिनेटली इट विल क्रिएट द डैमेज or problem occurs at the side of generators. Definitely your transformer will also hamper, other equipments which are very essential for electrical power system, those are also damaged. So the prime function of your protective system is to operate as early as possible. Now next one is reliability. The ability of the protection system to operate under the predetermined condition, which is known as reliability. On the second hand, we can define as when our electrical power system works or electrical parameter works like voltage, current, power frequency or works under the predetermined conditions. So in that way your reliability is also maintained. When the reliability index is up to mark of any electrical network, in that case definitely it will reduce the maloperations of the network. So reliability, it is very important part. Now next one is a discrimination. It is the ability of protective system to identify the faulty section. कौन से section में fault हो गया वो हमें your protection system should be able to identify the locations. It must be able to discriminate between the faulty section and healthy section. हेल्दी सेक्शन कौन सा है, फॉल्टी सेक्शन कौन सा है, उसको आपकी प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम को आइडेंटिफाई करते आना चाहिए. दिस विल इंश्योर द कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ द सप्लाई. So your protection system should be able to discriminate the faulty section and healthy section. Next one is power system faults. To understand the different types of fault occur in the electrical network, first thing we have to understand the basic terminologies which are considering the normal condition and abnormal condition. Now in the normal condition, it is the state of network in which the current flowing through is at a rated value, or other way we can say that if your electrical parameter works in the permissible limit, your voltage, power, frequency works under the permissible limit. In that case, the whole system works under normal condition. But when it disturbs, that condition is converted into an abnormal condition. So this is second part, abnormal condition. It is a defect in any part of the power system due to which the current is diverted from desired part with increase in the magnitude. Definitely after the fault occurrence, the fault current magnitude will increases, and it creates a major problem for our electrical networks. So in this way we can easily define the normal condition and abnormal conditions. Now what are the different reasons for the fault occurrence in the network? The first major reason is a failure of insulations. Next one is a breaking of conductor. Next one is over voltage, unbalanced current flowing in the rotating machines, poor quality of system components, mal-operation of the protective switch gears. These are the basic reasons for the fault occurrence in the network. If we use the poor quality of insulations, definitely it will fails. Then breaking of the conductor. Again, important thing is that if we are not calculated the proper rating of the conductor, in that case this type of the problem will definitely occur in the systems. Over voltages, unbalanced current flowing in the rotating machine under the abnormal condition. If your protective device will not operate in proper manner, in that case the unbalanced current we can see in the rotating machines, it will create the harmonics in the system, and it will definitely increases the problems of the problems will create towards your insulation level, your temperature level. So at one time your rotating machine goes out of service. Next one is poor quality of system components. This is a very important part. When you are using the electrical components, electrical accessories, you must calculate the proper rating of your voltage, current, power, frequency, so you can easily use the good quality of component. Next one is a mal-operation of protective switch gear. If your relay circuit breaker is not in proper manner, or we can say our calculations for the rating of your relay setting, if it is not in proper manner, in that case we can see the mal-operations of the protective switch gears. Now these are the basic reasons of fault occurrence in the systems. Now next one is the types of faults. Basically all the electrical faults are classified into symmetrical faults and symmetrical faults. Now here we can see the symmetrical faults. The faults which gives rise to symmetrical fault current at equal magnitude of fault current with 120-degree phase displacement. When all three conductors of three phase are brought together simultaneously into short circuit condition with each other, including or excluding the ground. Basically when the fault occurs on the transmission line, if the fault current magnitude is same after the fault location having the 120-degree phase displacement is also, in that case these fault are considered as symmetrical faults. अगर एक थ्री फेज लाइन है उसके ऊपर में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम आने के बाद में तीनों भी फेज जो है, तीनों भी कंडक्टर्स के ऊपर प्रॉब्लम आने के बाद में फॉल्ट करंट का मैग्नीट्यूड तीनों भी लाइंस पे इक्वल होगा. If it is normal current rating, for example, if you consider that the normal current rating is 100 ampere in all three phases, and after the fault occurrence, definitely your fault current magnitude will increases in all phases, and that fault current magnitude is equal in the all phases. along with the phase displacement is same 120 degree phase displacement. In that case we can say it is a symmetrical type faults. Next one is unsymmetrical fault. Those fault which gives rise to unsymmetrical current. It means that with unequal magnitude of the fault current with unequal phase displacement. For example, the single phase to ground fault, that is called as the LG fault. Two phase to ground fault, double line to ground fault. Third one is phase to phase fault, line to line fault. These are all considered the unsymmetrical fault current. अगर fault current का magnitude ये तीनों भी phase में different है, एक फेज में 100 एम्पियर, दूसरे में 50 एम्पियर, तीसरे में मे बी 120. दिस इज फॉर एग्जांपल. ऑल द फॉल्ट करंट मैग्नीट्यूड in all three phases are different. In that case we can say it is a unsymmetrical type of faults. Now next one is essential qualities of the protection system. When we purchase or we have to design the proper protection system, in that case everyone should understand the essential qualities of the protection system. Now these are the some essential qualities: sensitivity, speed, selectivity, reliability, simplicity, economy. These are the basic essential qualities of the protection system. First we can see the sensitivity. Your protection system should be able to sense the fault as early as possible, so the sensitivities should be up to mark. Speed, after the fault occurrence your protective device should operate as fast as possible, so your faulty section will isolate from the healthy section. Next one is selectivity. Your protective system should be able to select the proper faulty section, so we can easily isolate the faulty section from the healthy section. Now reliability. When the voltage, current, power, frequency works under the predetermined condition, in that case we can say the reliable system. So your protection system should also be reliable, so you can easily depend on that. Next one is simplicity. Your protective device, your protection system should be very simple to understand, operate, and at the time of maintenance it is also simple to rectify the fault in the system. So we can say that your protection system is also should very simple. Next one is economy. The cost of your protective device, your protection system it must be economical, so we can increase our section and subsections to implement the maximum protective device. And as far as economical part is concerned, if the cost of your protective device is very low, in that case the maximum users, end users, can adopt that protective device and utilize in our network and sub network. So in this way we can cover this